All right. What is up? How's it going? Happy Friday to the Blue Foundation. Appreciate everybody jumping on in. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants. And thank you, Deep Red Alliance, for joining us on another live stream. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful for the community jumping on in. Man, we were excited for the early parts of December. I mean, hey, we're still in the early parts of December, but still red days. How is this happening? How's it going? Man, they just really wanted to make 2025 such a red year. It just means that 2026 is just going to be even more that exciting as we get into the year of the sun. Very excited for whenever they decide to flip the switch on into the green. I'm sure as many of you are, but hey, if they keep making it red, they keep trying to psychologically, get people to panic sell and do stuff, like that because they overinvested. Unfortunately, they're dealing with the Blue Foundation, who just chips away little by little. I bought some more of the X's today. I bought some Zero today, ZRO. I bought some XTZ today. Bought some XLR today. Bought some Rose today. Bought some QNT. Bought some... What else? What else did we get today? Yeah, I think that's about it. I think those are the cryptos that we chose for the day. And of course, the big star, a little bit of the big star. You always got to get a little bit of the big star. Shout out to everybody here. Guys, once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful to the community jumping on in. Thanks to everybody who's supporting the channel. Thanks for everybody hitting the like on the way in. Thanks to any new subscribers that are helping us get to 6K as quickly as possible. And thanks to any new members to the channel as well. I know Coca-Cola is loading up on them dragons, the blue dragons. How could the blue dragons still be at a penny? They don't know what they're doing. Honestly, they don't know what they're doing when it comes to the Blue Foundation. They want to make it this cheap for this long, then so be it. It's just going to make it more of a level playing field, I suppose, with the elite and the Blue Foundation. The Blue Foundation bubble just gets bigger and bigger. The elite bubble was already really pretty big, but the Blue Foundation starting to grow alongside them, man. We are the future elite, without a doubt. Shout out to everybody here jumping on in. Much love to all of y'all. Silver Days in the house. Coca-Cola in the house. Bloopity Bloop in the house. RPM in the house. Shout out to everybody here. Got some funny stuff going outside of the car here. A little bit of a distraction for me, but, hopefully they wrap this thing up a little bit quickly. So funny, man. But anyways, shout out to everybody here. Much love to y'all. Happy Friday to everybody. We got deep reds to go over with y'all today. And, a lot of X's, we're looking at cryptos that have to deal with the stars, right? Cryptos that are dealing with, what's it called? The cosmos, right? The constellations, the stars, the star energy. They love the stars, man. They love following whatever's going on up there. And hell, they're the ones who have access to up there. They're the ones who get to send their rockets up there. They're the ones who get to put their satellites up there, their Starlinks up there. You know what Starlink is? It's basically a constellation of satellites, right? How funny is that? Replicating the stars themselves. He is obsessed. Elon Musk is obsessed with space and the stars. Not only just Mars. He is obsessed with space in general, going up there, trying to, create a civilization up there. But the X, all of his X's, even the symbol for X as the app, right, has a lot to do with stars. Back in the day, in cavemen, when they were cavemen, they would draw the stars like an X. When you would look through a telescope sometimes at the stars, they would shimmer a little bit like an X. They are obsessed with the X's. And we are accumulating cheap, deep, red X's without a doubt. What's up, Rocket YO? Appreciate you jumping on in. Coca-Cola in the house. I bought 10 dragons on Dracaria Marketplace, all the cheap ones. Dude, badass. Now you got 10 dragons. Oh my gosh. Good for you, brother. Who's selling cheap dragons? How dare they sell cheap dragons? How dare they? They don't know what they're doing, man. They don't know what they're doing. But anyways, guys, let's start jumping in. Let's keep going. We got here. We're going to start off in the shallow end. First off, we need to talk about EGLD. We talked about that just yesterday in the deep reds at around $7.17 or $7.30, somewhere around there, right? Went up to $8.50 in the past 24 hours, a 20% gain. This crypto is still 84% down in the past year, though. 28 million supply for EGLD. Great to see EGLD at least showing some relief and hopefully starting a trend for some of these cryptos like we've been expecting for early December to lead into some relief rally territory. If we don't get this relief rally in the early parts of December, I'm thinking we may have an exciting new year. We got to get some relief coming. It's either in January or in the second half of this month. We're still in the early parts of December. We don't want to lose our cool. We don't want to lose our patience. But, you know, the shorts are making a ton of money. People who are shorting the market are making a ton of money off doing it continuously, you know, especially in these past few months. You know, the whales know they have to start turning it around, right, to liquidate those shorts and start getting people optimistic about the longs. And then they start making money off the longs. Then they get too greedy, right? It's a fluctuation. It's a in and out. It's breathe in, breathe out. That's what the market does. And right now it's been a ton of breathing out. It's been a ton of selling, right? We need to get some buying energy coming back in. The fear greed index is getting close to peak fear, right? Just like maximum fear. Right? So we got to be turning it around sometime soon. But once again, hey, it's when they decide that these markets decide to go green. That's why we like to, you know, chipping away on the deep reds, because it could get redder day by day. If you're buying ETN now, you are one of the smartest people in crypto. JZR, man, we were accumulating ETN back in 2023, my dude. We were bullish on ETN since 2023, even before so, dude. Like ETN goes back to like 2017. Right? Electronium goes back to 2017, part of the Digital Euro Association. Implementation of smart contracts the same year that Stellar XLM decided to do smart contracts with Soraban. Definitely people are underestimating. We call it blue lightning, right? We've been calling, hell, the Blue Crew can attest, man. They can back up what I'm saying here. I'm not just making this up just because I heard you say Electronium, right? We've talked about Electronium, blue lightning for years, right, on this channel. And I'm happy to see a gray who supports Electronium jumping on in. It's blue lightning, without a doubt. You are good at YouTube. Jessica, I am not good at YouTube. If I was good at YouTube, I would have much more subscribers, right? If I was YouTube friendly, the algorithm would push this channel out a little bit more. Unfortunately, we've been doing this for 8 to 9 years, right? In terms of streaming, we've been in the crypto game for close to 10 years now. We're going into our 10th year here, right? In crypto. And, you know, if we were good at YouTube, we would have way more subscribers. We would not have just 5,000 subscribers. YouTube does not like our channel whatsoever. They limit the algorithm for us big time. I don't know why. We try to always just bring good vibes and good times. It must be the type of content that we're talking about. It must be the type of cryptos that we're talking about, right? But hey, you know, and it could also just be that it's the worst show with the best community. Like I say every stream, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader. I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community. And I'm so grateful the best community coming in on a Friday. Shout out to everybody here. Tim Shea in the chat. CT in the house. What's up, CT? Good to see you, man. Jessica, appreciate that comment, though, by the way. Jay-Z, what's up, dude? How are you doing? Dragons, if you don't mind me asking, what type of dragons, if you don't mind? It's DRGN, Dragon Chain, DRGN, Rocket YO. Coca-Cola is buying the Dragon NFTs that are on Dracaria, which is the Dragon Chain NFT marketplace where you can purchase, you know, these 3D kind of realistic looking dragons. And who knows, maybe you get to freaking 3D print them in the future and then AI enable them and they're freaking real dragons flying you around, or holographic versions of your dragons, right? Maybe you get them to fight each other. Who knows, right? We're about to go into the fire horse year in 2026, the year of the sun. It's going to be a lot about fire. It's going to be a lot about burning of the old system, testing of the old system, centralized systems getting compromised, and us having to make a judgment in 2027, regulatory clarity for digital assets, progression and migration over to decentralized systems, right? 2026 is the beginning of the flip of the switch. Truth is going to come to light. It's going to make us reflect on the truth. It's going to make us very surprised. A lot of crazy stuff's going to go down. A lot of people are not going to be happy with the truth. It's, sometimes the truth is freaking brutal, right? You're going to find out what assets, in 2027 are valuable or not, are the real deal or not. In 2026, I think it's just going to be hyper speculation aplenty, especially in the crypto markets. I think all of crypto will most likely have its last massive speculative bull cycle. Then we're going to go into the year of judgment of 2027, year of a possible cyber event that will happen. Maybe it's near the end of 2026 that the cyber event happens, but we're expecting within these next 3 years, 2026, 2027, and 2028, for an event to happen that helps us or that forces us to migrate away from the traditional financial system that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of these speculative assets do very well in, right, into the new financial system. Fiat is going to be burned away. We're going to be in a cashless society completely. Fiat is no longer going to be the fiat of this traditional financial system. It is going to evolve. It is going to rise like a phoenix in the form of CBDCs 2028 and beyond. 2028 is the year of the world. How convenient that the World Olympics are happening in 2028 as well. The 8 symbol, the symbol of infinity, the symbol of luxury, of wealth, right? It's going to be about eco-friendliness, because the year of the sun is going to expose a lot of our gluttony, a lot of the truths of the matter of supposed climate change. 2028 will be the year of the green revolution, where you will be rewarded in digital assets, in your livelihood, for being a green participant, for not driving a gas car, for not being wasteful, for recycling, for everything that you do that contributes to the benefit of Earth and, climate friendliness, right? That's the type of, hey, stay at home. Just use the metaverse today. Don't go out and waste resources, right? Conserve water, conserve food, right? This is how we're going to transition over to the supply chain being shifted over into decentralized systems like possibly IOTA, VeChain, IOTX, certain things like that. Helium, right? HNT, right? With its hardware devices that help monitor air quality, right? This stuff, a lot of this stuff is being built for a future that is not here yet. This is why this is the speculative Wild West of digital currencies and digital assets and blockchains, right? So very excited to see what this last half of this decade is going to be, because a lot of changes have to happen. They have to happen. They have a 2030 agenda. They want to make sure that we're going into the year of the fool in 2029. 2030 will be the year of the magician, right? It's going to be a whole new setup of the 22 major arcana of the tarot, going into a new era, a new beginning, a new journey that is going to be happening ahead. We are finalizing the end of the journey is going to happen in 2028 and going into 2029, right? So, looking forward to seeing, how climactic or anticlimactic. Once again, the truth could be brutal. It could be something we don't agree with. It could be something that we're not very excited for. Get ready for data leaks, right? That's the current way of the internet is going to eventually be regulated. Open source systems are going to be accepted because the closed source systems are going to be compromised, right? There's a lot of changes that are going to come. And if you're not prepared, if you're not comfortable with it already, or, getting into a semblance of, being prepared or comfortability, that's up to you. Once again, I'll never tell you guys what to do, but this is my opinion. And, when I say you, I'm not really talking to the direct viewer here. I'm literally just kind of talking to myself. Anyways, let me catch up with the chat before we jump into some deep reds that we got. What's up, my ninjas? What's up, Mo Zerps? Good to see you, man. Appreciate the support. What's up, XRP Hustle Hard? Good to see you. Happy Saturday from New Zealand. Awesome. It's in the house. What's up, dude? Mo Zerps in the house. Tim Shea in the house. Great to see you guys. Let's jump into our first one as we go into the year of the sun. I think Flare, FLR at a penny, negative 59% down, 96 billion supply. FLR has, you know, we've seen this one already speculatively go up to what, 6 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents when it had that Google Cloud integration announcement, right? And that was just off that announcement. Dude, FXRP is alive and well on Flare Networks. There's going to be more assets going onto it. Flare is growing despite the price pressure going down. I'm very excited to see where Flare is going to go in the year of the sun in this next coming bull cycle. We've never seen what a bull cycle can do for FLR, right? So solar flares aplenty right here for FLR at a penny. Easy to get 1,000 of these, put it to work, have it stake for us, build up these staking rewards, and then cash out the staking rewards and not even have to touch our FLR and enjoy passive income that we can funnel in towards more XRP, more XLM, more XDC, whatever your preferred blue chips are out there. Right? Land of the rising sun. There we go, Mozerfs. Japan is going to definitely have a big part. Dude, the ones that have, I mean, there's a lot of digital or flags, you know, that have star symbolism, without a doubt. Obviously, the USA. Sun symbolism, the land of the rising sun with Japan. Argentina. We've been talking about Argentina possibly wanting to do a one-up on El Salvador by announcing XRP as legal tender, and thus, you know, adding it, you know, suggesting to the IMF that it adds it to its basket of currency, thus, you know, streamlining XRP to be the Bitcoin of ESDRs, the beginning of the era of ESDRs, and XRP being the first one to be, you know, a digital asset that's in the IMF's basket of currencies. You know, we've been speculating Argentina could do that. Maybe Brazil. We know the heavy connection between Brazil and Ripple as well. There's a globe, you know, they have a very global green flag with a gold ring around it, right? You know, some sun symbolism there, some star symbolism in there as well. You know, can't be sleeping on the symbolism here, you guys. Cannot be sleeping on symbolism. You want to know some interesting symbolism that I just saw recently as well? Check this out. Check this out. So this is the FIFA. Okay, it's hard to see because they freaking just make it so huge in the background here. But this is the FIFA logo, right? When you go to FIFA 2026, FIFA logo, right? Pay attention to the curve right here of the two, right? The dark line in the middle connecting both worlds, right? The connection of two worlds, the legacy with the new, right? Right? The black and white symbolism, of course, because they want us to play on a checkerboard chessboard, right? That's why we like a lot of the black and white symbolism in the cryptos that are black and white, right? Especially the ones that are connected with central banks, because they know that it's going to be a black and white checkerboard they're going to be having us play on. But anyways, pay attention to this too, in particular, this curve on the outside, but the connection with the black right here between two worlds. And now let's look at the logo for Layer Zero. Oh my gosh. Isn't that wonderful? I'll go back and forth between these two. Look at that. Look at that. Layer Zero. Excited to see what a bull cycle is going to do for this digital asset. This one just made a massive, massive partnership connection with IOTA. IOTA, during this bear cycle. I love the cryptos that build and do announcements during the bear cycle, right? Not the ones that are trying to get, you know, trying to boost up, and they're not even talking about their token really, right? You got to love that. You got to love that they're not even trying to boast their token. They're just talking about the partnerships and collaborations that they're making. But IOTA has just partnered or integrated Layer Zero, and then I believe got there was another digital asset. I'm sorry if I'm blanking out on this one, you guys. But also they got listed on Uphold. IOTA is starting to make a push here, right? Now there's more availability. All of a sudden IOTA is okay to start investing in. And of course they give it to you through Uphold, right? And not some mainstream exchange, because that's not ready yet. But now we have SHX on Uphold during this bear cycle. We have IOTA on Uphold during this bear cycle. Uphold is going to probably be getting a lot of water coming towards it, especially if Coinbase goes down and Uphold is still running. You're going to be having people running, you know, their volume through that Uphold right there. 1,000 IOTA is all you need. There we go, Sam. I mean, if that's all you have, man, then that's all good. I mean, I know you're trying to justify your bags there by saying 1,000 is all you need. No, I mean, one is all you need technically, dude. They definitely don't want you to own any of these digital assets, man, especially for the long term. If we're talking micro decimals of value and micro payments and the internet of machines, right? I totally get it if you're saying 1,000 is all you need, because what's IOTA about? Machine-to-machine payments, machine-to-machine communication, right? And if you're talking in micro data, micro payments, dude, you're going to have whole numbers of IOTA. And how many decimals does it take to finally just use up one whole IOTA? Yep, XRP is black and white. Stellar is black and white. HBAR is black and white. Algorand is black and white, right? Hell, even blue logo cryptos, right? Cryptos that are blue, cryptos that are red. If you know what a, I don't really, I feel like if I say too much, it could be drawing, just the algorithm in a different way right here. But if you go into a certain lodge, what is it? A black and white checkerboard pattern and red and blue symbolism. So red cryptos, blue cryptos. What has Squid Game shown us? The future guardians are squares, triangles, and circles, right? And they love doing the X symbol, right? V is also a very powerful logo as well. Got to account for the V's. Block V, V chain, right? Those are basically the only two V's I really like. Veracity is a very interesting one as well. Yeah, old man in the cave took down. Yeah, there we go. What's up, that one guy? Good to see you. Are there really MFs out here still trying to do crypto? Barney, man, I mean, you're going to be really shocked by the cashless society, man. You're going to be really shocked when you don't want to be this guy. You don't want to be this guy. I mean, unless you do, it's all good. No worries. But I do not want to be this guy from Severance right here. Let me show you his face. Got to remember this character. This guy is going to be a lot of people, unfortunately. This guy, Petey. This guy, Petey, from Severance, said a famous line that I'm not going to forget, man. Not going to forget. I need tokens. I need tokens to eat. I hope you're not chasing green candles when it starts going back up, man, because it will. It will go back up. They did a good job of, if you really truly believe this, that, there's MFers out here trying to get into crypto, man. If you really do believe this and you're not just trolling, dude, yeah, it's going to be a cashless society, man. It's going to be a cashless society. It's going to be all digital from here on out, especially 2028 and beyond. We're setting ourselves up. We're building the infrastructure here, man. We're making blue castles, right? Here's what Tibber actually solves. Before agents can transact, they need to know their agent, right? Credentials. Yeah, that's good. Programmable, permissionless, revocable, access authority to act on a user's behalf. Yep, there we go. No agent can function in real finance without this layer. Tibber is that layer. Yeah, Tibber to definitely be one of them, without a doubt, or probably the premier layer. I won't fight you on it. Pat, very excited for Tibber. Where can I send IOTA to a cold wallet? I think you can send it to a ledger. I think you can send it to an LEPAL Titan. I think you can do. I think you could do. There's something like an IOTA wallet that once again, as long as you have your keys and you're not really sending transactions out of that wallet, you should be. I mean, I don't want to say you, but that's the way I'm just trying to keep my keys. Like I'm uninstalling the apps that I put them in. I'm uninstalling them off my phone. I'm keeping them either in cold storage or I'm just keeping the paper wallet, man. I'm just keeping the paper or ingraining it or writing it down several times, right? That's the best way to just air gap it completely from any possible hack attempts. Right? Ondu, black and white. Yeah, Ondu's black and white. Right? Vega was black and white. Oh man, we miss Vega, Silver Days. We miss Vega, without a doubt. But yeah, the blue cryptos, the red cryptos, the purple cryptos, the black and white cryptos, right? Hell, even rainbow colored cryptos. There's definitely symbolism with rainbows, but they definitely want you to be playing on a black and white chessboard. So woke. So woke. I could just read that right away, Topsy. Think of it this way. Agents are the apps. Tibber is the app store rules, ID system, agents, and applications. But isn't Tibber built on virtuals? So isn't virtuals technically the ultimate layer that Tibber is built on? Or is virtuals built on Tibber? Right? Where's virtuals involved with this? You know, because you're saying only Tibber, but where is the thing that Tibber is built on involved in this whole thing? What layer is virtuals going to be, Patsy? Oh yeah, virtual is also a V crypto, right? And also they have that little loop type of symbolism. They love their little spiral type of symbolism, right? Do you have an email blast with information you could speak of? I want to sign up. If not, you should. Jonah, no, unfortunately, I only do YouTube, and I sometimes do X when I feel like it. I'll uninstall my X when I don't have anything to say. I really don't care about talking heads and looking, you know, I'm just trying to share my opinion. You know, we've been doing this for multiple years. I know we could have done a Patreon by now. I mean, we have memberships available if anybody wants to, but really, you know, once again, everything is if you want to do it, right? I always say I'm thankful for a like. I'm thankful for subscribers. I'm thankful for any members. I never say hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, right? I never do that type of stuff because I'm not here to tell people what to do, man. I'm just here to kind of do a vlog style type of thing and keep track of my crypto journey in real time. Do you have any email? And so I don't have, you know, all the information you get here. If you got any questions for me, this is the time to ask. You know, we don't have to do it privately in DMs or anything like that. You know, I don't have to give you my email. I don't want to be giving any of my information whatsoever. People try to ask me for my phone number, try to ask me for my email address, try to ask me, dude, they try to find out where I am. Like, why do you care? Why do we care? Why do we care about that? Like, I'm not somebody, you know, that a person should be obsessed over. Like, I am just a normal dude who is just right or wrong about things that I'm saying, man. Just like anybody else here, you know, I'm not a freaking, you know, I just don't get it, dude. I've been stalked before by some people. I've been freaking contacted by some people before, and they're like, hey, is this G? And I'm like, holy cow, how did you even find this? How, like, what avenues did you go about? Right? Like, I'm probably in 2026, I'm going to have to transition to no FaceTime, right? To no more facial type of stuff, because we're going to have AI that can scan your face, replicate your videos, right? And make you freaking, you know, a bunch of deep fakes that could possibly happen in the future. How exciting, right? How exciting, guys, to be in an unregulated internet where freaking people could just do a bunch of scams on your behalf without you even freaking knowing. Crazy. Bought 10K XLM today. Nice. That's awesome, man. Shout out to you. Dude, Stellar is going to be out of this world, man. Stellar is going to be the front end of the whole system. XRP back end, Stellar front end, SHX the bridge between two worlds. Let's go. XLR the bridge between bridges. Opus is Tibber of Soul. Let's go. I checked out DEVVE. Interesting project. I like that it's a layer one and it's trying to do decentralized exchange. Probably a good investment in terms of low cap cryptos. Not really my thing, but I'm sure you're going to make filthy gains off of it in speculation. And I'm sure you're going to come around saying, I told you so. Gee, I'm just really focused on X cryptos that can provide decentralized recovery, that have a proven track record. A lot of the changes of, you know, the cryptos of choice that are going to be announced within the next 3 years, right? The cryptos that are going to be the premier cryptos for the new financial system are going to be announced before the end of this decade, right? And if that's going to be the case, and I think, and this is my personal opinion, and it always is, I'm always wrong, I think the digital asset has to be time tested for many years, like already at least 5 to 10 years of testing and making sure it has 100% uptime, making sure that there's very little hoops for these institutions and enterprises to jump through, making sure it's easy to upgrade, right? That it's not going to take, you know, a bunch of hoops to jump through for these institutions and banks to be able to implement it, right? So if your crypto is as much of a time-tested and a holistic solution, it has proven its whole, its full stack capabilities for years, then, those are the ones that I'm kind of focused on right now. So I'm focused on X cryptos that have a good reputation or a long reputation, and I'm focused on cryptos that can provide decentralized recovery. I know people want to try to get me in on new cryptos or cryptos that have been out only for like a year or two. I mean, maybe I'll get into it if it really has like, maybe it has longer history before the crypto was created, but it absolutely needs to meet my criteria. It needs to align with NIST standards for cryptography. It needs to be ISO 20022 compliant. I know there's a lot of people who just don't understand and don't really care for ISO 20022 because it's a messaging standard, but you go from messaging to infrastructure and then to settlement and payments. And that's all going to happen in ISO 20022. This traditional financial system is going to go away. It is not going to exist anymore. It is a centralized system. We are going to go to an open internet of value, right? Yes, it will bridge legacy systems, but not the traditional financial system. It will be the new digital financial system, ISO 20022, messaging data and settlement on it 24/7, 365. The world is going to turn into a 24/7, 365 marketplace. Everything will be tokenized. I am not sleeping on this opportunity. I am not underestimating this opportunity, and I'm not trying to freaking, psych myself out of it. I'm not trying to overthink what's going on here. They work slowly. I have the patience. Other people don't. They're getting caught up in the wild west of crypto, thinking it's going to always be this way. It's not going to always be this way. There's going to be major changes. The crypto market's going to get regulated. The internet is going to get regulated. It's just the way it's going to be in order for trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars to be in this freaking market. In order for AI agents and machines to do machine-to-machine interaction, it needs to be within a regulated sandbox. It can't just be freaking anarchy and chaos, right? Can't be like that forever, guys. I'm just sorry to say. You want the masses in on it. It has to, just like the internet. It's got to be within their rules, right? It's got to be. I'm up for the discussion. If you guys disagree, please tell me why, and I'm open to learning, but right now, they're the ones with all the money, man. 98% of the world's value is controlled by like 8 families, right? And they get to decide what our futures are. They're the ones giving us the toys to freaking play with, right? They're the ones that are giving us these like 2 to 3 different types of phones we could have. I mean, basically, you either have Android or iPhone. There's really nothing else, right? You got your Solana phone that's coming out, right? And that could possibly, send Solana, in to the moon. Obviously, we think Solana is going to do well in the year of the sun, but obviously they'll give you more options, but still, it's still the same name of the game. You're still plugged in all the freaking time, right? They want you on the internet all the time, right? You're not going to just only be online. You will be digital. You are the payment in the future. All right, let's keep going. Emerald ETC coins, let's go. Would rather buy ALGO and IOTA at these prices. There we go. Black and white logo for IOTA too, right? Allbridge, yeah, ABR. Tibber's XBot is built on virtuals, not Tibber, the infrastructure. The XBot is a mouthpiece. That's the misunderstanding we're having. Got it. Okay, appreciate you, WF Patsy. Like and subscribe or get wrecked. Rebita Cap system that all agents will run on. Awesome. It's Tibber. Sweet. LOL, I don't want that, brother. Just like your style, what you say. I'm good chasing. I'm good. Okay, what's up? Back to the cat. The XBot is where all the confusion comes in. Got it, WF Patsy. Got it. That's already happening with AI. Great. Alien system. Yeah, AI is short for what? Alien invasion, right? We keep thinking the aliens are coming from out of here, and they may very well be. Hell, we may have an AI economy, AI agent and machine economy, and also aliens, dude. That's just gonna bring even more money into this space, right? you're gonna need interoperability with alien money then as well. But when they talk about space and exploration of space, I just automatically think of it as a metaphor for exploration into cyberspace, right? The aqua must flow. Very excited for that aqua ecosystem. No one understands. WF Patsy, it's all good, man. I understand how passionate you are, and you are definitely looking like you're over invested in Tibber. But obviously, I know you're not psyched out, and you know what you know, man. You are definitely, you know what you know, and you are going to be the biggest benefactor and the biggest, I have some, man, but I have just as much conviction in Tibber as I do in a lot of other digital assets that have a proven track record that are built for AI agents and AI agent to agent payments, right? X402 payments, ISO 20022 payments. I could say the same for you sleeping on ISO 20022 over preference of X402. Right? But that doesn't mean like we're enemies or anything like that. It's just differences of opinion. But we're both going to win because I hope we both not only just own Tibber, that we own, you know, both both sides of the pie, right? The ISO 20022 side of the pie and the X402 side of the pie. If not, if you're all X402, you're going to still benefit, right? Either way, you're going to win, right? Either way, we both win. I understand, if you want to keep it on and you're just only solely focused on Tibber, I get it, man. You probably got tens of thousands of dollars invested in that digital asset. I don't have tens of thousands of dollars, man. I only got my $5 to $10 that I could throw in per day at these digital assets, and I'm going big. I'm taking really big risks. I'm not taking certain guaranteed, wins here or anything like that. I have my Tibber bag. I'm going to add while Tibber is under 20 cents or under 25 cents. But, like there's other digital assets that also garner my interest that have actually proven CBDC test pilots, right? That are going to be part of that ISO 20022. X402 is tens of trillions of dollars opportunity. ISO 20022 is $100+ trillion opportunity. X402 is front end. ISO 20022 is back end. Tibber Castles. I left XLM for SHX. She seduced me. HBAR is my side chick. Agents equals applications. Tibber, the identity, authorization, trust, and coordination layer that makes the app ecosystem possible in the first place. So there we go. Yes, hit the like on or send me 100 XRP. There we go. Talking micropayments. XRP, XLM rails are skipping steps. Requires step 1. Who is the agent? What is it allowed to do? Who issued its credentials? Tibber solves this bottleneck. I mean, dude, Chris Larson talked about their partnership with IBM and how they've been accounting for machine-to-machine payments and agent-to-agent payments. It's not that hard, believe it or not, for this blockchain, for XRPL or XLM to start adding their own agent payments. Hell, Ethereum and Base were known as oh, wow, they're going to draw a lot of the AI agent water. Next thing you know, Solana starts doing AI agents, and now they have all the AI agent volume. Right now, they have a higher volume of AI agent activity than Base does right now, right? It could change. Things can change, and the blockchains that can do these upgrades or implementations. Dude, DAG has still got to do AI agents. They've been talking about AI agents. They have the best data integrity in the whole ecosystem, right? So, I'm open to change, man. I'm not open to like, hey, this is the way things are and this is the way things are going to be, right? But XRP and XLM can definitely do AI agent payments, man. They can do KYA. They can do KYT. They can do KYC, right? XPR can do that. XPX could do that. Tezos could do that. Tezos is self-amending. They could self-amend, upgrade to implement AI agent payments. I know you're making it seem like it's a very difficult thing to do. It really isn't. Ask your AI about it. It really isn't that hard to put AI agents onto a blockchain and start implementing KYA, KYT, KYC. 30 million per XRP. I sold my ISO in 2024. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, you sold at a profit though. You can get cheaper ISO 20022 now for sure. I'm just doing God's work. It benefits me nothing. I just like the group, so drop it. Oh, I appreciate you, man. You absolutely don't have to read all my comments. I know, man, but I freaking love you, man. So I gotta, always account for it. But I just keep seeing Tibber and Tibber over. It really is hard. It really is hard. Okay, we can have a discussion about that, man, because so far from what my AI says, it's not that hard for these micropayment cryptos like an XRP, XLM, XTZ, XDC, DAG, HBAR, Algorand to do AI agent payments, right? And to do X402 payments, right? Hell, Rose has just implemented X402 payments. It doesn't look like it's too difficult to start doing that, but hey, you need a new AI. All right. All right. I guess I'm losing my money here, WF Patsy, paying my chat GBT. I guess I have to train it the way that you trained your AI. It's actually extremely difficult. Ribbit spent the last 10 years developing this. All right, we'll see. Thanks, Patsy. It really is. Okay. All right. All right. Well, can we get some reasons of why it is extremely difficult? Can you just copy and paste what your AI says instead of or whatever you want to say about it? I would like to know what makes it so difficult for these ledgers to do that. I would love to know. Love to know. But anyways, let's keep going. So we got FLR at a penny, negative 59% down, 96.1 billion supply. We got Algorand at 13 cents, negative 70%. I'll leave it as a comment. Okay, appreciate it, W. Patsy. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm open to learning. Just I guess I need to get a new AI or something like you said. But from what I've gathered, it's you're saying it's taken 10 years for them to build this. Very excited to see how it's going to accumulate over time. I mean, I believe in Tibber. I'm not trying to just say, I just think that Tibber is not the only one that can do what it needs to do, but maybe it is. Maybe it is the only one that is uniquely positioned in a specific way to be the AI agent of AI agents. But either way, AI agents need a relay layer. They need other things as well. They need decentralized storage. They need decentralized compute. They need decentralized streaming. They need decentralized data, right? There's a lot of other things that an AI agent, it can't just be like just the agent aspect. You need an awesome decentralized blockchain that's backing that AI agent that, allows the AI agent to be not compromised in a centralized way. The AI agent needs to provide decentralized recovery, right? I only keep at you because I could tell you don't have the full picture. Okay, for sure, W. Patsy. I got you, brother. That was a joke about new AI. New AI. Okay, I got you. Algorand at 13 cents, negative 70% down. Algorand in the Decentralized Recovery Alliance as well. People sleeping on Algorand, major connections with technological companies and especially CERN, can once again provide decentralized recovery. Successful CBDC pilots with government or with central banks. Very excited to see where Algorand's going to go as well. A lot of fun in the direction of Algorand and that Decentralized Recovery Alliance in general. We go to XNO, Nano. XNO, some people like to call it the Bitcoin of micropayments. I think XRP is because it was the first one to be focused on micropayments and doing, eco-friendly transactions and trying to be as close to zero as possible. XNO is completely zero, but there's a lot of other things that XNO, compromises in order to do completely feeless transactions. It compromises on decentralized storage. It cannot do decentralized recovery of assets, unfortunately. But you can at least do the transaction very quickly, very cheaply, and microtransactions, sub-pennies of transactions. It's an X crypto. It's a blue crypto. Very excited to see where that one goes. Tezos at 48 cents, negative 70% down, 1 billion supply. XTZ, I mean, dude, under $1. I just keep smashing on some Tezos here, man. Tezos is a one-of-a-kind crypto, self-amending blockchain. Very, very quiet founders ever since, basically 2020. Dude, they haven't even really, they talk about Tezos blockchain, but they never reference Tezos the token. You got actual, enterprise NFTs on this blockchain. You got uranium on there. You got gaming NFTs from major gaming companies on this blockchain. You got soccer, things on this blockchain, related to FIFA. What else? F1 connections to this blockchain, Dubai real estate and other real estate on this blockchain. Tezos is a major sleeper under 1 billion supply, 48 cents, negative 70% down. We got Stargate. I'm all about the stars right now with some of these digital assets. Stargate, black and white crypto logo, new kid on the block, right? Chipping away, but at 11 cents, less than 1 billion supply, negative 71% down, connected with the Cosmos ecosystem as well, trying to solve the blockchain trilemma. I mean, who isn't really? But STG, Stargate, looking like it's making that happen. Zahao at 3 cents. Negative 73% down. So how is absolutely necessary in the future success of XRP and the XRPL in particular. You need Zahao's smart contracts and hooks along with Evernode's compute for XRP to really reach its maximum potential of being a micropayment freaking king. So at Zahao, very excited to see what Zahao is going to do. 3 cents, negative 73% down. IOTA at 10 cents, 2.7 billion supply, negative 78% down. IOTA has been building during this bear cycle, man. Announcement on Uphold for IOTA, black and white crypto logo as well. Internet of Things, Bitcoin of the Internet of Things, if you want to call it that. Not really an America crypto, US, but IOTA, still very interesting at 10 cents, 2.7 billion supply, negative 8% down. We got Zero, Layer Zero, ZRO. We just recently showed you earlier in the stream the connection of the Layer Zero logo with the FIFA logo, the subliminals there. Layer Zero, I'm excited to see what this bull cycle is going to do for this crypto. They got major connections with a lot of blockchains. XLM was one of their recent major connections. IOTA is one of their major recent connections. So a lot of the top tier Dino blockchains connecting with Layer Zero ZRO, black and white crypto logo as well, at $1.36, 1 billion supply, negative 78% down. We got VeChain at a penny, 86 billion, working sensors in working life, the UFC fighters using it in their midst to determine velocity and impact of a punch, supply chain using them, DNLV partnerships, BMW partnerships, probably a lot of other partnerships that they're tight-lipped about as well. VeChain looking like it's going to be one of those massive movers, especially in terms of supply chain speculation and Internet of Sensors. Very excited to see where VeChain is going to go from here at a penny, 86 billion. Probably a good competitor with that of an IOTA in some way, shape, or form. Very forward looking as well for migrating away from Ethereum. They know Ethereum ain't going to be it. VeChain at a penny, 86 billion, negative 80% down. Looking forward to your chat with Crypto Banker SHX this present. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, by the way, I forgot to announce that. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. PST, I am going to be jumping onto X Spaces with Crypto Banker SHX. We're going to be talking everything about, ISO 20022, XRP, XLM, SHX, right? Why hasn't ISO 20022 taken off, or the ISO 20022 cryptos taken off? It's because we have literally just been implementing the messaging, guys. Once again, they do these things years in advance. Right now, we have Swift that's migrate over to the messaging standard. We're going to have other banks that migrate over to the messaging standard. Then they do implementation of infrastructure rails and then the settlement rails. It's a three-phased approach when it comes to ISO 20022, but I'll save that as well for Crypto Banker SHX with the X stream or the X Spaces. So very excited, always bullish, talking with the Crypto Banker SHX, the stronghold, OG, SHX OG, shout out to him. Yeah, much love to him. Let's keep going. Rainmaker is my latest AI play. It's dead LFG. Okay, interesting. Rainmaker is the latest AI play. AI found you thanks to Crypto Banker. AI found you. Thank you to Crypto. Oh, you found me thanks to Crypto Banker SHX. Dude, I'm so grateful for him because, he has a much bigger, we've been doing this for years, but dude, I mean, he's got an awesome, following and community. And I'm just grateful for any posts that he puts up, what's it called? Talking about us or tagging, really means the world. Not many people in the XRPL ecosystem, Bagman does it. The Coffee Time crypto guys do it, but not many people in the XRP community or ISO 20022 community, SHX community, XLM community, XDC community, XPX community, XX community. They don't really, tag us or hell, even really know about us. Unfortunately, the shadow ban has really been that strong on our channel. And, it's the worst show, so I'm not surprised if they don't do it. Anyway, but let's keep moving on. We got Constellation, DAG, DAG at a penny, 2.6 billion supply, negative 81% down. XX Network at a penny, 1 billion supply, negative 82% down. XX Network's been building, continuing to build despite the price, right? It's all about the protocol at the end of the day. The price is a distraction, right? BTC, freaking not the greatest technology. And I know a lot of people want to fight me with this. I know, dude, a lot of people heard Elon Musk saying that BTC, Bitcoin, is energy, right? It's the currency of energy. It is not the currency of energy. Bitcoin crashed in 2021 despite energy prices going up. Everybody wants to equate energy with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is solely a major driven factor, right? I'm not going to say solely because I don't want to speak too much in an absolute, but a major factor of Bitcoin's price is not because of energy. Believe it or not, it's not because of energy. It's because of the protocol, the mathematics of its protocol, but the major force is because of demand. That is what's always going to drive the price of any digital asset in this freaking market. It's the level of the demand, right? It's always about supply and demand. BTC is scarce. BTC has a ton of demand. Those are going to always be the two driving factors. Energy can become renewable in the future. The mining aspects can adjust in the future, right? Miners, if they get closed down in a certain area, there will always be miners, whether a majority of them shut down because of eco-friendly type of things. There will always be the ones that want to mine and they'll benefit greatly. But that doesn't mean BTC is going to be number one forever. The demand aspects are going to change, especially when we go into this green revolution. People will now start to demand the eco-friendly solutions because they don't want to do harm to our planet. They know how intensive the electricity costs are for Bitcoin. The governments could care less about BTC right now. They know it's a great distraction to get the masses in because the governments, what they really care about, and the banks, what they really care about is AI development, right? And AI data centers, creating data freaking cities. You know how much energy and electricity is going to be required for these data centers and these data cities, right? They are not going to want to waste the resources on Bitcoin mining. But it doesn't matter. Bitcoin could still be around, could still survive, will still be alive, whether Bitcoin mining, the levels fluctuate or not, whether the miners are there or not, Bitcoin could still be around. But it's still based on demand, right? It's still ultimately based on demand. Doesn't matter about this whole energy narrative. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a big fan of Elon Musk. Not a big fan of talking heads, right? I don't trust talking heads. Doesn't matter to me what they do. Doesn't matter to me what they say, what they think. I just care about the freaking tech and what it can do in this future. How can it work with machine-to-machine economy? How can it work in a very, very green perspective of a future, right? A future that is afraid of diseases, a future that wants to be super clean, a future that does not want to be gluttonous, right? A future that wants to be very, very conservative, right? A very kind of a passive future. Unfortunately, they want humans to be weak as crap in the future, right? That's why they have you keep relying on AI and technology to do all the work for you, so you don't strengthen up your mental strength, your spiritual strength, your physical strength, right? AI or AI coin. What AI be the strongest after the bubble pop? Phantom Beat, probably Tibber, right? Knowing WF Patsy, you'll probably say Tibber is going to probably be the best AI coin. But honestly, guys, digital assets are meant for AIs. Like, doesn't matter what it is. Digital assets, the fact that they're even digital, AI is going to go for the ones that are probably the most efficient, that could do a transaction quickly, cheaply, and efficiently, right? The AIs will ultimately decide what they want to use as their main token of choice, right? They're going to probably want to use something that has been time tested, that has 100% uptime, right? That is the just logical choice that suits them the best, right? Everybody is using AI as like this new shiny thing to put to against their privacy and AI. They keep putting on to their blockchains now. You see a lot of blockchain pages talking about privacy is important. This is important, right? I'm very wary of some of those blockchain projects because it's like, yeah, that's already assumed, right? That's already assumed. You don't have to tell us that privacy is important. You already have privacy on your freaking blockchain, right? Now you're just trying to get investors to come towards you because you're seeing all the other private cryptos getting some speculation, right? AR agents are cars, trucks, vans, buses. Tibber is the highway, toll booths, and bridges. There we go. But what is the cement that builds that highway? What is the cement that makes that highway? Who are the people that place the cement? What are the projects that place that cement there for the highway, Patsy? Gee, did you notice the Loon seed pump? Oh, that's interesting that Luna came back around. I did not notice that one, man. I changed my list to basically X cryptos and cryptos that can provide decentralized recovery. I'm totally fine with missing out on some speculative pumps at this point. I am building for the 2030 beyond decade, 2028 and beyond decade. I could care less with any speculation that goes into any other digital assets. I want ISO 20022. I want eco-friendly. I want cryptos that have been around for a long time and cryptos that have actually had successful CBDC tests. Cryptos that are very, very likely to be the back end of our financial system, not just only front end providers, right? The billions of dollars Rebita Capital has. There we go. Oh, that's the cement. That's the cement, W. Patsy. I love it. Did you notice the Loon? So I did not notice the Loon C pump today. I'm happy if anybody made some gains off Loon C. Congratulations to you. Hopefully hopefully now we got options, right? Now we got options if you made some great gains off Loon C. Rainmaker, 22K market cap. It's a gamble. Yeah. Hey, if you're doing it, I hope you guys see the promised line with whatever investment you guys have, whatever speculative investments you guys are making. This is the last era of the speculative crypto phase. I am just preparing myself for the utility phase. I'm preparing myself for an eco-friendly phase. I'm preparing myself for a very regulatory, very, very strict regulatory cybersecurity focused era, right? There's going to be a cyber event, guys, that's going to compromise the system that we're currently in, and it's going to be driven. You're going to have a very, very strict emphasis on cybersecurity, right, and regulations and being compliant with regulations. There's not going to be much room for error, right? They are making a list, they're checking it twice, and they're going to find out who is naughty or nice. There is no in between the naughty or nice. Not anymore. We are lucky to even have this in between of naughty or nice, right? It is going to be naughty or nice. You're either one or the other in this future. The AI is going to try to limit as much human unpredictability as it possibly can. And by rewarding you that you're either doing good things or you're doing bad things. That is it. That is it. Literally, the richest people in Silicon Valley are behind this project. It's a given, but still in stealth. The 10 minutes, it's announced we 10x. Let's go. Gee, did you notice the Loon C pump today? Dude, but WF Patsy, like, the fact that you're able to find out, to even get access to the information that these people aren't, like, these people don't only solely choose to invest in one project, right? They diversify just like the rest of us, right? They've diversified into Tibber, right? And Tibber is definitely going to be one of those, without a doubt. You're going to win, right? We're going to win, right? But they have their hands in other digital assets. You can ask your AI, is there going to be one crypto that rules them all, that is going to dominate the whole market in the future? Not very likely. It is going to be a multi-ledger, multi-rail world. For us humans, it's hard to process, but for the machine world, they have enough capacity, enough energy, enough stamina to withhold or to use millions of tokens, or, not millions of tokens, because I think it's going to be really probably 22 major blockchains that end up probably running most of the world, or at least the back end of most of the world, and then the ecosystem cryptos within those 22 blockchains, right? So it can, if we're tokenizing everything, the machines are going to be able to, handle all these tokens. It's not just going to be one token that they do everything through, right? At least I don't think so, because that's like one central point of failure. If that, you want to have multiple options. You want multiple heads to the Cerberus, right? You want a global web of trust. That's straw manning my argument. I'm saying I've discovered a sure thing. Okay, awesome, man. My goal is to hit big, not own a piece of everything. Okay, yeah, I got you, brother. I got you. Hey, man, they don't want us owning any of these digital assets. We're probably going to hit big, even if it's a small swing on a bunch of them. If one of them hits, it's going to be big, right? If one of them hits. But you got the sure thing. You got the sure thing that is Tibber, that will hit without a doubt, 100%. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. Now, I know you're trying to get everybody else to be on this sure thing, right? Because you're very, very certain about it. You're flag planning it, right? You're all in on it. You're going to go all in on it, right? I don't play that strategy. I just spread it out. I have Tibber. I'll win with Tibber. And I'll be probably dude, I don't have much money, right? I don't have much money in my life. So if I have whatever, let's say I have 10 Tibber, and if Tibber is as amazing as you say it's going to be, if it's going to be multiple hundreds of dollars worth of Tibber, multiple thousands of dollars because it's only 1 billion supply, then I will be okay still in this future. You don't have to worry about me, my man. You don't have to worry about me, right? I'll have more money than I've ever been used to in my whole freaking life. I am not greedy. I am not, dude, hell, I'd be happy if I made millions of dollars. I would be very, very happy. But dude, I am just already happy making hundreds of thousands of dollars. That would be freaking fantastic. I have never even had that type of money in my whole life. I know a lot of people here probably have, or some of y'all know what it's like to make 80 grand plus a year, or 100 grand plus a year, or 200 grand plus a year in your annual salary. I do not. I am just happy if I am able to make hundreds of thousands of freaking dollars, whatever a dollar means in today's society, right? DRGN, broad U.S. patents on interchain and smart contracts. My goal is to hit big. Yeah, I got you. That sound patronizing. Thank you. Appreciate it. Coca-Cola, Team Green, let's go. Pumas, let's go. Beeple has made 6 pieces of digital art with Tibber hidden inside on Expos. I really don't care about Beeple. I don't care about these people, man. I don't care about these talking heads. Just tell me what the technology does. How good is this damn technology? I just care about the tech. I don't care about the celebrities around it. I just don't care about them. I just care about how damn good is this tech. I don't care about the people who are invested in it, speculating on it, right? I'm just interested in what the tech freaking does and how it is future-proofed as freaking possible. That is all that I care about. Tell the truth. You love Beeple. Dude, I don't even know who Beeple really is. I just know he's an artist, and I remember hearing about him like 4 years ago, right? That's all I know. I don't know who Beeple is, man. I'm not as in tune with the global zeitgeist or the global conscious, mass media type of stuff and events. I've dude, I just read books and watch old movies and TV show. And like the only modern TV show I'm watching right now, because everybody kept beating me over the head with it, is Severance right now. I am so like out of the loop, and I'm blown away by Severance because I'm like, holy crap, modern cinema has just totally taken, a big step. I don't even go to new movies as much anymore. Like I study the symbolism of some of these movies. I'm going to probably watch the Avatar one because there's so much symbolism in their poster nowadays. I haven't even seen the Dune 2 movie, but they had a lot of symbolism there in their poster. But the concept of Dune, I'm very familiar with the book, and that's why I just don't like those movies, because like they, it's just not really good. But yeah, I'm just trying to be as unplugged as I possibly can, and that could be to my detriment, right? Because then I'm not in the know of like where the money is going, that type of stuff. But I'm studying the tech as much as I possibly can to see which tech can check all the boxes, right? Yeah, Severance is absolutely wild, man. Severance is absolutely wild. Seems like my logic wasn't hitting, so I moved to fallacious appeals to authority. Dude, you cracked me up, man. That was pretty good. Yeah, Patsy's on fire tonight, El Prey. He's definitely on fire tonight. Dude, he's good. He's so good. Like, if anybody takes jabs at me, or like, I think Patsy's like the only one, because I know where he's coming from. And much love to him as always. He like, it's just awesome. He's like, he's the best troll. He's like, and I'm not even gonna say troll. He's like trying to actually educate. He really is trying to educate. So I'm not gonna say that. And I'm just too damn stubborn. Like, my Aries self is just too damn stubborn to just like go all in on this one digital asset. It's just, I'm just too damn stubborn, my man. I'm just too damn stubborn. But I do continue to accumulate Tibber, man. I just don't only accumulate Tibber. I'm a sophist. Shout out to you, WF Patsy. Meow Puffs. What's up, guys? All right, let's finish off this deep reds because I got to get going very soon. So let's do it. We got PAC, hash pack at 008, 1 billion supply, negative 84% down. Love the opportunity for some hash pack here. HBAR ecosystem, I think, is going to kill it in the future. I don't know if in this next bull cycle, I'm sure it'll draw some water in this next bull cycle, because I think this next bull cycle, they're going to try to get as many of your tokens back as possible. They're going to give you Godfather offers. You're going to think that you won. You're going to give them your tokens, right? And then the useless fiat that you have, that won't be relevant anymore post 2027. You won't be able to buy back the same amount of tokens. They're going to make you chase the pumps. You're going to be fighting for drops. I am not cashing out blue chips, but Hashpack here at 008 can provide decentralized recovery. It's part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. It's it's the premier wallet for HBAR. I am expecting some really big advertising to be continuing to come out for Hashpack. They're going to do a card eventually, right? And I made a suggestion to them that they liked and commented on, saying that, if the card gave you HBAR and Hashpack rewards back on purchases, or maybe also a stable coin back in purchases. I mean, trio rewards for your purchases would be out of this freaking world. That would definitely set it amongst, that would really help elevate it compared to a lot of these other cashback crypto cards that are out there. So Hashpack, very excited to see where this one's going to go. But 008 out of a 1 billion supply, that means our $5 is worth more today than it was yesterday. And our impact on a small swing, having a big impact on a blockchain right here that has 1 billion supply, that is a premier crypto for in the ecosystem of a crypto that has an ETF already out there. PAC at 008, negative 84% down. It is red. It is low sentiment. Nobody believes. PAC, PACK. Hashpack looking pretty good at 008. Another crypto at 008, IOTX. They have working sensors out there that are out there in the mainstream. Very easy to buy through Coinbase. 10 billion supply, negative 86% down. They got an X in their ticker as well. 008. Very excited for IOTX. I liked it at a penny, but damn, now it's at 008. Are they going to take it to 007? We'll see. But IOTX, definitely looking pretty interesting. Part of the Internet of Sensors as well. Type of speculative investments. We got AXL, the bridge of bridges, at 11 cents. 1.1 billion supply, negative 89% down for Axelar. AXL at 11 cents, 1.1 billion supply. We also got Rose, the blue Rose, at a penny. 10 billion supply, negative 89% down. I mean, I got blue roses around the blue castle here. I am excited to be cashing out my rewards of Rose. I have been staking my Rose. I might have to accumulate some more blue rose if it's going to keep being deep in the reds here at a penny. 10 billion supply, negative 89% down right now for the blue rose. Very AI focused in the earliest days, right? Very unique type of blockchain crypto. So an AI focused, privacy focused crypto that can provide decentralized recovery. Not many have that type of trio going for them. A blue rose is an anomaly in nature, and looking like the rose is an anomaly in this blockchain space, without a doubt. Also a USA crypto, gotta love that. Our last crypto at the bottom of the pit right here is XION. Zion, XION, 34 cents, 200 million supply, negative 94% down. Already connected with 150 plus brands. Very interesting following. It's a black and white crypto, new kid on the block. Not many people know which direction this one's going to be going, but XION, connections with the Cosmos ecosystem as well. Very interested to see where this one's going to go in the bull cycle. It's definitely at the bottom of the high risk at this point, but the risk is baked into the price, and we'll see. That means we don't have to invest too much into it. That means we can just chip away and then see where that 200 million supply will take us with our whole numbers of XION. All right. Let me get the last questions in here, or any last comments. Yes, Tibber, we love Tibber. Shout out to Tibber, the green frog, the eco-friendly green AI agent. Let's go. Gemini giving 5% back during Black Friday Cyber Week was pretty sweet. Definitely. Good people. Let's go. D Curry. D-Lo shares with upgrades to $15 on October 14. Has a strong buy-in at $19 with rally next week to $15 to $17 with fundamentals are great. Has all the buy rating on the company, target above $15. Okay, Michael Anthony, appreciate it. I noticed many companies in the last 30 minutes that people took profits, I guess being Friday. Okay. More deep reds, though. What's up, Coca-Cola? Appreciate you. Yeah, so the deep reds, again, guys, here, just really quick as we wrap up. I'm so grateful for everybody jumping on in. Much love. Happy Friday to all of y'all. Good times and good vibes, as always. We got FLR at a penny. Algorand at 13 cents. We got XNO at 78 cents. We got Tezos at 48 cents. We got STG Stargate at 11 cents. We got Zahao at 3 cents. We got IOTA at 10 cents. We got ZRO at $1.36. We got VChain at a penny. We got DAG at a penny. We got XX Network at a penny. We got EGLD at $8.50. We got PAC at 008. We got IOTX at 000 or 008. Man, I wish 0008. Imagine. AXL at 11 cents, Rose at a penny, and XION at 34 cents. Guys, I am grateful for everybody who jumped on in. Much love to the Blue Foundation. Much love to the Green Giants, and thank you, Deep Red Alliance. In the description below, there's ways to support the channel. We do this for free. But obviously, if you guys want to donate or super chat or do anything like that, in the description below or through this chat is always the way to do it. In the description below, we have our Coinbase ID. If you guys want to donate any coffee money to us of cryptos that you like and you want us to hold, I hold the cryptos that you guys send me. So if there's a crypto that you like and you send it to me, I hold it and I'll ride that journey with you. We also have our Ember app referral code there if you guys want to mine passive satoshis with us through your phones. I didn't win my Dallas Cowboys prediction, unfortunately. I'm maybe a year ahead on it was just a bad call on that game, man. It was a very close game, but Detroit Lions ended up winning out. I was going with the football junkie DAG AI agent. There goes to show that AI agent doesn't know too much. Apparently, it's just as good or as bad as a freaking human making a prediction on games. But hey, it is what it is. Didn't make too big of a. It was like 1,000 satoshis that I put onto it. I'm gonna throw another 1,000 satoshis on a set of soccer games, set of basketball games. I'm gonna pick 8 of them, the ones that are the most likely to be winners, and hopefully I just align the planets, get that 15 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50x multiplier, and then get 50,000 satoshis in return. Love the predictions on Ember app to just try to boost some more rewards and more gains. But once again, not a financial advisor, not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful to everybody here. As always, thanks for tuning in for another one, guys. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants, and thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'm going to keep trying if you guys keep trying, and I'm going to be buying Tibber because I know Patsy is. Much love to y'all. Adios. See you in the Blue Castle.